Hey everyone, I want to thank you for your comments on my swipe video, and you gave some good suggestions, and some of them I like more than others. Now, just because I like something, I don't have a magic wand. I don't know the future. I'm just making my own guesses, so I wanted to go through some of them together. One of the suggestions was Morpheus Network, and so I wanted to pull up and look at it together. So it's been around for quite a while, which isn't a bad thing. It usually is a good thing because it takes a while for a business to really develop their product, right? And there's a lot of people fighting for the space that Morpheus is in, and so really it's a supply chain management company. So if we were to go to Morpheus Network here, really they're fighting over a space a lot of people are fighting over, which is really just tracking, from best I could tell, it's tracking inventory and other things. I guess mostly supply chain management, which is a huge area that cryptocurrency can really make things higher and more efficient. Now, who is going to win this battle? I don't know. Looking at some news on Morpheus, years ago, let's see, I don't still have it up, but one of the founders of Morpheus is the son of the president of Coca-Cola, and so 3 years ago some news came out, oh yeah, Coca-Cola is going to probably partner with them. They still haven't, or at least not that I know of, but the speculation is being re-speculated. Now, this is the kind of product that a company like Coca-Cola would use to track their supply chain, right? Because really you want to know how long, like soda doesn't stay good forever, even though it has a longer shelf life than some things. And so you want to track where the product is at and where it's been and how long it's sat there. So things that expire faster definitely are going to be the early adopters of this kind of technology. So really we will see cryptocurrency introduce some real efficiencies there that will help companies lose less money by inventory sitting in the wrong place for too long, etc. So let's just look at the price action on this. Now, in this chart, unfortunately, it only goes back to 2019. Maybe this is when it came out. I think this was, on Bittrex that it's using. I like TradingView just because of the power, and just I'm used to it, and so I like what I can see with it. So they recently had literally a 4x. So though I like them kind of, they probably will do really well in this run-up. I don't know if they'll end up winning this space, just like I don't know if XXP is going to end up winning that space. But this came from one of our viewers, specifically. Wanted to give him a shout out. I appreciate all the recommendations here. Specifically, this came from DJ. Thank you, DJ. So, though I liked them, their price, that's a different one. I was looking, that's kind of a competitor in that space. So, I just don't like the timing on it, though I like it. I don't like to buy when it's gone up that much. Now, you can see some W's here. This is on a bigger time frame. Let's look at a smaller time frame and see if we could see the W's that led to this. A little bit you can, but part of it is that Bitcoin has gone up. So kind of like what we saw on SXP, these W's were right here, right? And then but that was all during the breakout. We don't really see W's here though, so this is kind of unexpected. This looks specifically like it was a news pump. This isn't one that you could really see in the fundamental analysis or technical analysis, better said. Just all of a sudden, probably some good news came out. It pumped up to here, pumped up to here, pumped up to here, pumped up to here. So this is one I would definitely not be buying personally. Maybe even it's double topped out here. Let's look at one of the big indicators is how much trading volume there is. So as this got pumped up, somebody was selling off, and that might be as high as it goes right now. Now during the big run up, if they get some big partnerships and companies agreeing to use their technology in this next year, they'll have further gains, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some bigger pullbacks from here. even back down to where they were at. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know this project really well. That's just me looking at some things and trying to find some news on them. There are a lot of people competing in this space. And really, like, it's easy to look back and say, man, I wish I had invested in Microsoft 35 years ago. But at the time, it was hard to tell who was going to be the winners because Microsoft was not the only one competing for that space. They ultimately won that space really well. And so now if Morpheus ends up winning this space, they will be absolutely gigantic, especially with such a low market cap now. Because if you look at their market cap, 46 million. If you think about it, before at 4x, that market cap was just like 11.5 million. And so they did just recently 4x. Though I like this size of market cap, yeah, I won't be buying this one. Let's look at another one. One of our users suggested Wanchain and some things in their WanSwap that they have going on, and we will talk about that in its own video. I wanted to look at some other ones though. FinNexus, FNX. Let's check that out. And this is just how I do my quick analysis. I mean, I imagine many of you are very smart, and just because you don't have time to do a YouTube channel or you don't want to doesn't mean you aren't brilliant. Many of the comments I get from people tells me they're really educated. So I appreciate you tuning into my channel. I love talking with, people who are driven to accomplish the same things. So let's look at their max here. So they had a huge run up here to 60 cents back in 2020. So compared to then, they're pretty low. And back when they came out or listed, that's great. I like what I'm seeing there. Let's look at their website. Okay. Makes it easy to buy and exercise BTC, Ethereum, Link, SNX, and Maker options in a secure and decentralized way on Ethereum and Wanchain. Interesting. And specifically, he said, this is the best new DeFi partner with Link, Elrond, Band, Wanchain, and so many more. Not a lot to talk about it. This might be an interesting one. Let's look at market cap. That is juicy. A $3 million market cap. So let's look at, here's one thing. The total circulating supply now is only 13 million versus a 500 million total max supply. So the fully diluted market valuation, 110 million. That doesn't mean it's not interesting. That's just something to look at. So really we need to see about the tokens and how they're released. The tokenomics are everything. And I'm having a hard time finding their tokenomics. So docs, okay. The FNX token is the network token for the entire suite of FinNexus protocol clusters. It serves a variety of purposes. An open subscription event was held in May 2020 using the ICTO token offering model. 44 million tokens were made available during the subscription event. The subscription rate at the end of the event was 95%. More details. So it was an initial convertible token offering. Okay, this doesn't tell us about token distribution. There we go. This is what we want. So total percentage sold to institutional investors 1.67, team reserves 5%, community reward fund, so they get this from liquidity mining, 70%. Okay. So pretty good. So a lot of this will be released over time. So all of a sudden there's not going to be some huge drop, especially with such low team reserves. And I'm getting interested in this one. Okay, all right, they lay it out. So when the token supply, so the green here is really mostly from liquidity pool mining. They really sold a small percentage or gave a small percentage to the team and institutional investors. The team is locked till 5/26/2021. That is coming up soon. So these have already been unlocked. I bet that caused a dump, and that would have been 826 in 2020. Burnt tokens. So maybe there's a burning mechanism. So it looks like 6.12% burnt before August. Interesting. Okay, well, I know enough now. I'm going to take a chance on this one. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't know about you. Yeah, okay. They really updated this too. They were going to give a lot to their team founding and investors. They really scaled it back to 5%. Institutional investors 1.7%. So really it's the mining incentives through the exchange. So now that is a heavy release over time. So it is going to hurt its appreciation. But that's their market cap right now. So let's look at the markets that this is available on. SushiSwap, Uniswap, fantastic. Okay. I'm just going to pull that off to the side. Okay, I am going to go ahead and let's see here. I haven't used SushiSwap before. I know, is that silly? But I usually use $21 in gas fees. My goodness. All right, well, just is what it is. But yeah, I usually use Uniswap. I just haven't used SushiSwap, but I wanted to give it a try. So yeah, thanks for the tip on this one. I like it. It's willing, I'm willing to roll the dice on this one for sure. All right, so I will have to update my MetaMask just to have that token in there, and I will do that later. Good one. Yeah, so now another one that one of our users brought up was, I think you say it Cashaa? Cashaa. So I don't know how to say it. Now let's look at that one. Market cap currently is 53 million. Let's see, the circulating supply, 2/3 of the total supply have been released. So we don't know what the tokenomics are, but let's look at this one. Okay, so they currently just had a big boom. Now their previous high in 2018, this was right at the height of the last bull run, right? So that previous high went all the way to 16 cents, and they are halfway there. Look at this volume increase though. That's telling that something's going on with a huge spike here. So something is happening with them for sure. Let's look at the website. New era of business banking. Okay, I do remember this one. And so really this is it really is kind of like a Coinbase competitor merged with Binance. Not the trading side of Binance near as much as the coin metrics. Coinbase doesn't have its own coin. This one has a token, and so it kind of merges some of the things with the token. So when I was looking at this one, they're really a fiat conversion, as well as you can stake the token and get certain things. BBVA is the largest banking network in the world, I'm pretty sure. They're decently big in the United States. They're all through Europe. KPMG, they're a business consulting firm. I guess talked about them. Interesting. So let's look again. In fact, let's go to, I want to see this. Okay, so Qcoin. Oh, this one's kind of hard to look at because they had such a big spike here. Now, this must be when they were listed on Qcoin, and totally a bunch of people paid a ton for it. So it kind of skews the curve when we go back that far. So they've currently had a huge run up. That's a 5x. And then they've had a pullback. So let's look at, I want the fib retracement. I take it to right about, well, we'll just say there. It's a little bit more solid of a line to use. Alright, so they retraced to the 38.2 right here. I mean, technically they went all the way to the 50. And possibly continuing their run up. Really, there must be some big news going on about them. Let's see, Cashaa news. Okay. Well, this was a month ago. Yeah, makes sense. Crypto bank Cashaa opens first. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. But crypto bank Cashaa opens first physical branch in India. Yep, a lot of news about that from a month ago. You know, that is a big deal. Especially if India becomes more crypto friendly. There's internal battle going on in their government on whether they will be or not. The old guard doesn't want them to be, but it's so popular with their people. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Keeps popping up, right? Okay, so they did September they did a $5 million raise, really eyeing India expansion. So there's a lot of people competing in this space. If they do a good job, there's plenty of room for it. I mean, let's look again at their market cap, 53 million. So let's compare that to Binance's market cap. Let's see, CoinGecko, and we're going to go BNB. 6 billion. All right. So I mean, if they hit what Coinbase's current, or excuse me, what Binance Coin's current market cap is, now they have a long ways to go to really be able to compete with that coin in a head-to-head. But Binance is probably going to do well during this bull run, and they will not stay where they're at. So they could go 100x from here and hit where Binance coin is at right now. Interesting. Yep. I like it. I'm going to be getting some of this probably through Qcoin. Yep. Interesting. And I don't know the future. This is just my best guess. I don't love that they already did such a run up, right? But it is in a retracement right now. So I don't like to chase green candles. On this one, you know, it feels a little bit like chasing a green candle, but it seems like they have done a pullback, which is a good time to enter. Now, just this happens, and you know, this happens to all of us, me included. So it goes like this, and then sometimes it does this, and then sometimes it does this, and then it eventually goes back to here. So I'm not going to put tons into it because I don't know. I hate to be chasing something that's already pumped before. I wish I really known more about this when the news came out about the bank, but you know, there's so much going on. One person can't keep track of it all. So I appreciate you guys being some eyes and ears on what is good out there and what's happening. I'm finding some of the suggestions are really, really good suggestions. So yeah, this is worth it. I'll put a little bit in, and I only put a little bit in on the other one too. But yeah, if it really pulls back to these numbers, that's when I'll be highly, highly interested in. That's an exciting price, and even this is a great price. Might not ever come back to that, so that's why I'm just going to put a little bit in on this retracement. And then, you know, if it like doubles from there, I'll take out half of what I put in, and I'll leave the rest just to ride. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope it's been informative. I appreciate you and your thoughts, and I know I was only able to go through some of the ones that were suggested. In Wanchain, I'll be covering more in depth because that is one of the ones I've liked for 3 years now, and there are some cool things going on there. Really, a lot of their stuff has been slow to roll out, but what they're rolling out here is pretty exciting. Whether it will get traction and take off, I don't know, but they are creating some great efficiencies. So stay tuned for that video that I will be doing in the next few days. Thanks so much.